EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
In your face.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic.
Let's go, D.
Go on. Whip. Watch the whip.
Murray now on first down. Flushed out right. He'll run it. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And an alley to run. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Murray, rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Murray with a 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is Cook with a grab. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Ready. Yellow lady. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. is an 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. It's
a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO, and he hits Drake. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, they'll roll him out right. Now he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Saints. Ready? 5-9.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? Over.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the screen. He's coming. He's coming.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all because When you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 39.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 8.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Being chased out left. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Here we go with Kamara, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Breeze now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know,
it's
but
okay.
September 10th.
You get a little misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you, but you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things, but there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020, and they'll likely be in Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given, but after winning the Super Bowl, after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, oh, that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we do have some work to do because they're still picking up the controllers out there in Madden Land, I hope.
Yeah, certainly you have to. And why wouldn't you? Because you go ahead and play now, and you figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa next year. And I know you're going to let us know.
Yeah, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Cassius Marsh just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. It's complete to Drake. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Johnson. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. They run. It's Johnson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll try and run it. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
We better than that.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Check, 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 check.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. On 3rd down. It's Johnson, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this kind of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. In for the sack that time. Say hello to Brandon Williams. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally brought down at the 38. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running with Kamara. Room here to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Check, 47. Go.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. Forced out to his left. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Here we go with Johnson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. To throw is Murray, escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Breeze to throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Hey, 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 hey.
Breeze going to throw here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Breeze now on first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. To throw is Breeze. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Again, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Breeze now to throw. A desperation heave for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the block, motion, block, block, block.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll take this for a short gain on play of the. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points. That lone.
Maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Glendale. A moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Snead's got it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. Flushed out right. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Throwing is Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Check, ready. Now the wolf. Tight into the right, bro. Tight into the right. Move left.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. He finds McCoy. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, yo, go going. Hey, Sunday. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Get your swerve.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Baltimore touchdown.
Great job. Touchdown for Dexter.
The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Ravens 14, Chiefs nothing. Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the option, 47 yards. Takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 28 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious. There came the points.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah. In there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
15.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. It's for his running back, McCoy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
50 seconds to Mike. Go. 50 seconds to Mike. Here we go. You got 15. You got time right there.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Attack. Blue Jack Walker. Kill.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on second down. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's third and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation,
wide open, complete. He's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And now they'll elect to go for 2 and try to cut into this lead a little further before they head to the locker room. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play and 2 more for good measure. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be...
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.